All right, and this is Brodie. Unlike the other dogs that I've done today, he can be a little difficult to handle. He can be a little difficult to work on. He likes to Superman and flop, and I've been doing him his whole life. This is his mother's third or fourth dog with me, and third dog with me. And she had Cocker Spaniels before this, and I never thought I'd say I wish a client would get a Cocker Spaniel again, but I wish she had gotten another Cocker Spaniel and not Brodie. Not that I don't love him, but still, he can be difficult to work on sometimes. So I'm going to get him done as fast as I can and as easy as I can and hope for the best. Now he may upload out of order because we're having some issues with some of the stuff I've done. It's taking forever to upload to Facebook, or excuse me, to YouTube today for some reason. I'm not sure why. But anyway, again, I don't skin his pads out. I just go right across the top of them with my blade. If he irritated, I'd use a scissor, but he doesn't. So but I don't go down inside the pads. I make sure there's no mats, but I don't go down inside. You don't want to irritate that skin and let fungus or bacteria set in. Again, right around his butt. His mama really likes a clean butt, so I'm going to go 1 inch on either side of the rectum, up and down as well. I was told today not to cut his tail, but I don't think I've ever cut his tail, so I was confused by that comment. Notice how when I do with their bellies, I'm lifting out to the side. I don't like to stand a dog up. The only time I'll do that is if there's a problem getting to the area that I'm trying to get. And I just hit that doggone button again. Dang it. Alright, that's done. He has a really short muzzle, so I'm going to get right in there with the corner of my blade and get all of that out. It's kind of gunky too. Looks like he might have something going on. I'll mention to his mama. I'm just using the corner of my blade right there to clean out the stop and under his eyes, then down his muzzle. Picking up all this extra hair from where I brushed him out before I turned on the camera a little bit. Zero comb, the yellow one again. And Brian's going to walk behind the camera or maybe in front of it. It'll be fine. This is just a day in the grooming shop. And today Brodie's going to prove me wrong and he's going to behave like he's supposed to. How much do you like that? We used to hate working on him because he was so bad to do, but he's turned into a fairly decent dog apparently. He's not one that I normally do. Billy normally does him. Just because when we have a dog that's not easy to work on, I don't like to flip them around from one groomer to the other. I much prefer that they stay with one groomer and learn how to behave and then get moved to another groomer if need be. Apparently that has worked well with him. But he's also grown up some. He's over a year old now. Probably pushing a year and a half at this point. And he's another one of those that has the softest coat I've ever seen in my life. So we just have to go with it. But as you can see, it wasn't a bad haircut last time because it's held up really well, despite the fact that he has really crummy hair. And there really is no directional growth on him. It all just sort of is just there. It's very fluffy, almost like he's got poodle in him. His hair wants to stand up because he is so fluffy. But we're going to get him groomed in no time flat because he's actually behaving today. Now watch. I shouldn't have said that. But again, for those of you who are having a hard time with legs, watch what I do when I do his back leg. I come down, straight down the foot, all the way down the foot. And then in the back, I come straight down towards the foot. Inside, same thing, towards the foot. And do the same thing on this one, even though you may not be able to see me. Lift the leg up and come straight down towards the foot. And straight down the back of the foot where the hock is. Front legs, I do the same thing. Come straight down. I hold the paw straight and then out to the side to get underneath. Hold the elbow to get down the back of the leg and the side of the leg. Make sure I get all that elbow hair off, because otherwise it's going to stick out. That's an area a lot of people struggle with. I'll go back with my scissors in a minute and take that even shorter. I like the elbow hair to be right at the elbow when I'm done. And I'd like to clean out armpits too, it's just easier. And this dog wears a harness a lot of the time. So really important that he not have armpit hair for it to rub. Brian, do we need to go to Walmart for groceries, or are we okay? Okay. I know I'm going to need more water because I'm down to about 2 bottles. Started drinking a lot more water lately, which is good for you. I keep it in a water bottle, and then the hair doesn't tend to get in it as much. Okay. And remember, underneath I go backwards. Pop my loop that way. And the chest I go backwards right through there. It just seems to be a neater finish, and it's easier for me to do. I end up with less scissor work. Okay. Back of the neck, from the head down and in. And I'm going to do his head with the same comb that I just did his body with. This could end up being a 2-day long post, simply because it's going to take so long to upload all of these videos. I suppose I could do them as a live broadcast straight to YouTube, but whenever I try to do that, the quality is never as good as I'd like it to be. I think I have a slow router. And because I have to pay for data with AT&T, I can't exactly use my phone to upload them all. I can use my phone to shoot them. I can't use my phone to upload them all. Last night I was able to upload a 2-hour-long video at home for, well no, an hour-long video at home in less than an hour. And up here I've got a little 20-minute video that it says is going to take 2 hours to upload. So I don't know. But anyway, there we go. Let's turn that off. We'll put the loop back on to hold his head up because his head's so heavy he can't hang on and can't hold it up. It wants to fall down. Move that to the floor. Come on. Thank you. He didn't want to walk, but he ended up walking anyway. I'm just going to neaten up inside the legs.
Our dog.
Mostly because I just want the shape to be there. Round my feet off. One thing that, like I said before, I don't do nails until after I'm done with the foot. And this is a good example of why. And I'll show you that foot in a second before I actually fix it. It's got a point to it because the nail is there to prevent me from getting the foot I was after, but I can fix it. If I had pointed like that with the nail there, I wouldn't be able to fix it. I just hold the hair with my hand off to the side and scissor. That's a better fit. I like that one better. And then inside the legs. Again, because he's a drop coat and his hair is going to fall, I'm not going to push that hair up before I work on it. I'm going to allow it to hang the way I want it to hang. Or the way it wants to hang is probably the better way to word that. Right up in there. Got that elbow out. Notice I'm using my hand to push the hair over to the side. And yes, my thumb is so far down in that hole because of the cut on it. It's just not funny. If it had not been a Saturday night, I probably would have gone and gotten stitches, but I didn't need to go to the emergency room with it. It's a bad cut. If you'll notice, the angle is actually pretty much just straight up and down. Get that hair off, put the foot down. Go back and straighten up the shape. He sits really low on his pasterns, so he's going to be a little harder to do feet on. Because he likes to rock back. Almost like he's sitting like this instead of like this. He's like really sitting at a weird angle. It's hard to explain. And again, I'm holding the hair with my hand, pushing it out to the side. Hold the leg out, get under the arm. I know it's not an arm. Yeah, hold the leg out to get under the arm. That was cute. I like that. Sometimes our terminology may not be correct, but we all know what I meant. I'm having a little bit of a hard time seeing today in here for some reason. It's like it's really dark. And I don't know why. I have my lights on. So if you notice me squinting a little more than normal, that's why. Alright, same thing over the eyes we just did on Stella. We're going to get it nice and tight. He doesn't have much to come off though, because he was just here. I love my dogs that come all the time. And I don't mind this dog as long as he's going to behave. He really hasn't done anything today out of the ordinary. And one reason I was going to videotape him is because I was going to show you how to handle one that does what he tends to do. You ruined my plan, Brodie. Yes, you did. You ruined my plan. All right, let's take these chunkers. They're not taking anything off, which means either you're really looking good or they're the wrong thinner for your hair. So we'll pull out a pair of thinners instead of chunkers. There's really not much to touch up. It's actually looking pretty doggone good. Because I like everything soft and plushy, it's why I'm using thinners or chunkers instead of using straight shears to fix these lines. Straight shears are not going to do what these are going to do. They're going to leave a harsher, stronger line that you're not going to be able to get out. Coco, what's the matter, babe? Oh, she loves the heck out of you. She was protecting me again out on the walking trail. She did not want to go over that tree that had fallen down. She looked at me like I was crazy. But we went. We made it. She went under, I went over. It's funny, they've cleared most of that trail after the tornadoes, but they haven't cleared that one tree that's in the middle of the road. It's really kind of weird. It must have fallen down after they did all of the other cleanup though, because half of that tree has been cut. And then that part of it's just laying in the middle of the road. I was surprised they had done any cleanup. But then I remembered they had to. There's power lines out there. Alright, now before I fix this foot, I'm going to trim his nails real quick. And then I'm going to show you how to fix that foot in just a second. Because he comes all the time, there's not much nail to be done. Forget that. You get my These are the dual function Dremel bits. They're now named Rough the Buff Dremel bits. I'm going to use them just to smooth off his toes a little bit where I trimmed them. And then in the front, because they're so short already, I'm just going to use them instead of trimming. All right, Brodie, let me see. Stop. Don't pull. Turn around that way. That way I can see your feet better and I can see what I need to fix. I'm going to file all of them down. Just like I said, they're not really long, so. I lost a toenail. Found it. It was in my hand. I was counting going, that's not all of them. Where'd it go? Deep claw. Now, let's take a look at your feet. And just touch them up again now that we've got the nails done. Take my small chunkers, which I think these are my munchkins. They are. And just shake those feet a little bit more. Get the hair that was tucked up around the nails cut off. Same thing underneath this one. I'm just going to make sure that I get all the hair that's hanging down around the nails.
Yes.
Coco!
Okay.
And then this is the foot that I messed up a minute
Why
ago.
not have Debbie move her from one cage to another?
What did I do?
Okay. Yep, it's in the cage right here behind the desk that Debbie got her out of, so I'll have it on the gate for you.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. Bye.
Stella's. Not bad. I forgot a collar. But see, now we have a round foot where I did have a point. And there's still a little bit of a point there. So I'm going to take my chunkers again. He has rather pointy feet. And there we go. That's Brodie. He don't give kisses. He says he doesn't like this whole process. If it were up to him, he wouldn't come. Until you get out the bandana, then he's ready to go. Yes, he is. And I'm going to skip my next dog because it's a 7 shave down on a Springer. And nobody needs to see that.